Have you missed me? I know I've been gone for a long time and I'm going to be gone again, but we have a lot to talk about. The NFL Super Bowl, 59, the NFL draft, the NFL combine, college football players making it, that halftime show from the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift. We have so much to talk about. But of course, I always got to welcome you back first. Welcome back to the Pretty Spectacular Football Show. I'm Pretty Girl Des, and we are going to jump into all these topics right after this. I love my intro video, and at some point, we're going to make it a little bit smoother than that. But welcome back to Pretty Spectacular Football Show. I know I've been gone for some time, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time getting and doing this show. I really am. And you probably don't care about that, but this is my show, and I feel like sometimes you got to have a little bit of truth because you make the life that you want of reality. Don't forget that. So I've been away because I just needed the break. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, I needed to break. And I also had to know that I wanted to still do this, that my heart was still in it. And I know sometimes it's very hard because you guys don't see that. You see the show, you see the work that goes, that comes with the finished product, but you don't see the work that's behind closed doors and the mental toll and the task that it actually has on you. And for me, it's been very, very strenuous of trying to do a lot of different shows, also trying to live a life and just a lot of things going on at one time. So I had to get it together, and I'm still not there yet. I am still not there yet, but because Super Bowl happened, came and went, and because there's next things coming up in terms of the combine and the draft and all of that stuff. So I want to do this last little final show for this season, and then you will not see me again. You will not see the Pretty Spectacular Football Show, at least not for me. You will not see me again until April when we do the NFL draft. I'm going to cross my fingers that I could be there. So we're going to see. Maybe I'll do my podcast live there, and I'm going to just figure out how can I best give myself to you all for you to really understand who I am, for you to see my passion in this, for you to see like my knowledge and experiences and things. Because I feel like sometimes sitting behind this mic is a little bit boring. And I don't want to bore you. I want to continue to build a community with you guys. So I'm going to have to seriously take some time to revamp it. And that's okay. Coming into season 3 of the show, it has to be my show. It has to be something that resonates with me. It has to be something that I feel like I am not aches and complaining and dragging to come and do the show, because I do love it. Even though I tell myself I don't anymore, but I do love it. And I just have to come to a point where I feel like what I'm doing matters, what I'm saying matters, how I'm doing it really connects and evolves. And I feel like I haven't found that connection point yet. And I try to do what so many other shows are doing. I try to take what they're doing or, take their formats and things. And it's not working. It's not working, because to me it's boring. Gotta be honest, even going back to my live set, like I can't do that green screen stuff, y'all. The green screen is under my curtains, as y'all see, but I can't do the green screen thing. It's just not my thing. So I have to figure out what is my thing. And the people who've been here, the people who are going to watch this, I really appreciate you guys being on this journey with me. And I always want to be humble, open, and transparent. I'm going to keep it hot, because it's important. It's important that you really see me. You see me as a person that's in front of this mic and in front of this camera every single week. So come April, I'm hoping to have some new, fresh, found ideas, and I'm hoping to continue to build on this community just a little bit more. But without further ado, I'm going to stop talking. I'm not going to stop talking, but anyway, I did go to Super Bowl every year since 53. I've been at Super Bowl in some type of capacity. This year, it was in one of my favorite places, New Orleans. And people ask me, like, why is this your favorite place? I love New Orleans because it's so culture-based, so much culture, so much diversity. And I can't lie, them Gulf oysters are my favorite, okay? So it's so much that New Orleans has to offer, and I just love every bit and piece of it. And one of my favorite people is from New Orleans, so it just makes sense, right? So I didn't go down to Super Bowl this year. I worked in a variety of capacities. I was trying to get all the pictures up here, but I was like, listen, I'm going to make a thread on PG Love Sports. So if you want to see the thread of what I've done and what I was doing in Super Bowl, then go over there, follow the page, like the photos that are going to be up there. So, and eventually a recap video will come. But I did not go in a media capacity. So that's a lot of things where I just like, I don't want to put too many pictures up here because I was not there in a media capacity. And that's okay. I feel like as long as I keep putting myself in that environment, some way, somehow, somebody's going to see me and be like, oh, she really loves this. And we're going to give her a shot. So just down there trying to rub some elbows, get into some environments and some places to have a great time. I was actually exhausted. I only got to enjoy, I think, one full day. I did so much. I was down there from February the 2nd to February the 10th, 11th, 12th, something like that. So I was down there for quite some time, a week and a half, away from my home and everything. I was going to pop up and do a pop-up episode, but I was doing too much. So, but I'm biased because I feel like Vegas was better. I felt like Vegas for me was better. I still did the volunteering work and things that I do, but I just still feel like my overall experience in Vegas was better. But that could be because I also worked myself to death for this one. So I feel like if I'm blessed and honored to go to Super Bowl 60, yeah, 60 big ones. I think I'm going to try to find a balance between what I did in Vegas, what I did in New Orleans, and try to blend it together. So that way I feel like I have a more comprehensive experience, because right now my experience is going to be very biased because I was a workaholic. I was a worker bee, and I don't really want to ever do that again. Okay. But as you know, like I said, Super Bowl 59 was in New Orleans. The Eagles did beat the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22. And it was a thing, Saquon Barkley's birthday. So they had cake down there eating phones. So it was like, okay, I'm not gonna get into that. I promise I'm not gonna be, you know what I am? I'm gonna start being a conspiracy theorist, because you wanna know why? People engage with that type of content. So I'm gonna start with all my conspiracy theorist things that's going on in sports and everything that I'd be like, I'd be turning my head up a little bit. Everything that I probably shouldn't say out loud, I'm gonna start saying. Because at this point, I've been trying to do it nice and cookie cutter. I mean, it's never cookie cutter with me. I was like, we're gonna snitch that off. But I've been trying to do everything so freaking cookie cutter, right? Doing a cookie cutter. And what? I'm still struggling to find the audience. So we're just gonna we're gonna start bringing out some of my conspiracy theories, my probably over opinionated opinions, and I think that's what it is. Like, I'm an opinionated person, and a lot of times I'm afraid to just say what I want to say. A lot of times I'm just afraid to just like throw it out there. But you know what? Why not? As long as it's not false and I have something to back it up with, why not? People are doing it every single day. People get on the internet and say just the most crazy, outrageous things, not backing it up, because y'all know I like to come with the facts. But they get on here not saying anything, not backing it up, and then boom, y'all watching it. Y'all loving it. Y'all following them. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? But the person is trying to, do it the right way. Y'all don't like that. So we're going to change it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, baby. Come April, we're going to change it, okay? I know I'm supposed to be whoever they want me to be, but that's... If the munyon ain't raining in for me to be somebody else, then guess what? I'm going to continue to be who I'm going to be, and that is me, DEZ. Ooh, clock that T now. Anyway, Super Bowl, as you know, so there was lots of things going on at Super Bowl. One of the things that I really, really loved and wanted to highlight was Queen Taj. So Taj Williams, I'm gonna read off this because I want to make sure I get it right. She was and is a member of the Golden Eagles of the Black Masking Indians, and she was obviously a Black Indian, but she was the first woman to not only just create the logo, but also the theme for their Super Bowl, and she did it by hand. The beadwork that she does is absolutely phenomenally beautiful. And I love getting to walk around New Orleans and seeing all the things that she had her hands in. And it just, It makes me proud for Black History Month. Listen, I'm all for history, okay? I'm all for history. A lot of people were asking me, like, what do you want to win? Who do you want to win the Super Bowl? I wanted history to win. Obviously, I would have loved for Patrick Mahomes to get a three-peat as a Black quarterback. Come on, man. In Black History Month, come on. Get into it. I know a lot of y'all feel y'all ways about it, but to me, that's the glory. That's the glory there. And he can still do it. He's still very young. He still can do it. Okay. But I love all types of the history. I love history being made in general, especially during Black History Month. You can say whatever you want to say. I said what I said. Okay. So seeing her and then getting to see her at the actual Super Bowl, because I did work game day. I was up in the suites, house, Sally Suites, doing my thing. Okay. Do my thing. I didn't get to see too much of the game, but I did see when she hit the field. I stopped everything that I was doing because I thought it was beautiful to see a woman of color, to see a woman of so much culture, to see a woman really stick true to her roots, and how the logo and the theme was really based off of the Black masking Indians. And I think that's just absolutely phenomenal and amazing. The only thing that I do wish that Super Bowl would have done better is if they would have let them like come in their garments and things and like do some type of presentation or something. I don't know if that maybe I didn't see it, but if they did, excuse me, because again, I was working, but I would have loved to see more of that culture that she actually was presenting and bringing out. That's just me and my 2 cents of opinion. But yeah, had to congratulate the girl because she was doing it, tipping and doing it for the girls, for the women who do this, who do what she does. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. So I had to get into that before we moved on. Okay, now everybody was up in arms, and they've always been up in arms. And I don't think I've actually fully talked about this thing. So Taylor Swift was at the Super Bowl, and I don't understand why people thought that she wasn't going to be there, why it was a problem, what is the issue at hand. I'm not really sure about that. And I think that it is kind of like BS, in my opinion. She is there supporting her man. Okay, she has never done anything. And when you think about it, and this is something that Saquon Barkley actually was saying in reflection of to why she was getting booed. She has never done anything really. If you really think about it, take your Peaky Blinders off for a second. She has not really done anything to, y'all may say that she's influencing the NFL, but that's not her asking. That's not her doing. And if she did, it's behind the scenes, and we wouldn't know that anyway. She shows up to the games to support her man, as every other woman has done, but it's not her. Is it her fault that she has the fame? Is it her fault that she is Taylor Swift, the Taylor Swift? Y'all keep talking about her. She lives rent-free in the head, just like our president, who got a standing ovation and applause, lives rent-free in y'all head. So y'all make all these problems and issues come to part. And I know y'all not gonna like y'all know y'all not gonna like it that I'm saying it. But in reality, she showed up to support her man at the Super Bowl. She didn't ask for any attention to be on her. They show her. They bring her up like they do all the other celebrities. I seen Meg Thee Stallion on there. I seen Glow. I seen a couple of celebrities up on there too. Lady Gaga, she didn't even know the camera was on her. If she did know the camera was on, she definitely didn't pay the camera no attention. Nobody else got the booze. Nobody else gets the hate. I get it. Y'all don't like the fan base. I get it. Y'all don't like Taylor Swift. I get it. But she deserves none of the things that she's getting, in my opinion. She just doesn't. She's been very unproblematic to me. And I think that y'all also don't like her because I don't like the Chiefs. Maybe it's really the Chiefs' problem. Because I feel like maybe if she was dating somebody else, maybe on the Eagles, or maybe some on the Raiders or something like that, I don't feel like y'all will boo her that much. Would y'all? Or is it just because Travis Kelce went after what he wanted, leveled up, and got with Taylor? And I've said it before. Yeah, I did this. I'm not saying nothing new. That I feel like he leveled up. Okay. So that's just that. Like I said before, our president was also in the building, got a loud roar, claps, and all those things. A lot of y'all are, and this is not a political show at all. This is a sports show, but I do have to note out to see the comparison. Big loud applause. Very happy that he was there. Extremely booed. Actually, I need to move my hands to the other side. Big applause. Extremely booed. They both should just got applause. I mean, for what? For what? All the hate's crazy. But I do want to say things too. When you have a habit of not liking somebody or not liking something or institution or something, and the more you talk about them, the more you bring them up, the more publicity they get, the more they're in the news circuit, and the more you will see them over and over and over again. And then it becomes like a derangement type of thing. Like the hates and all that is very deranging, because then everything that comes out of your mouth after that is, well, because of because of people saying that they lost because of Taylor Swift. What are we talking about right now, people? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You gotta make it make sense. The derangement syndrome that both of these get is crazy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. It should be easier for you to just shut up and say nothing, but y'all don't. And y'all wonder why I keep coming around, why it's on your feed 25/8, because you don't ever shut up about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I don't talk much about people that I don't like. I don't entertain. I don't think. I don't make posts. I don't write comments. I don't do any of those things. If I don't like something, someone, whatever it is, I don't talk about it. I don't, because why do I want it on the top on front of my frontal lobe? That don't make no sense. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. Think about it. Another one I want you to think about. Think about it. Think about it. Some people loved halftime. Some people hated halftime. I see both views. I understand. One thing I'm going to say about this is a lot of people are saying, oh, the message. It's Super Bowl really the time to get a message. I guess, it's his biggest platform. So cool. But also things about messages that some people just don't also seem to understand. If somebody has to re-explain the message that you are trying to deliver and trying to give, then that means that the message wasn't properly delivered in the first place. And a lot of people with their thinking pieces were sitting there bashing people because maybe they didn't quite understand the full extent of Kendrick Lamar's lyrics or lyricism, if that's how you say that actual word, because we know that he's highly lyrical. We know that, but everybody doesn't know that. He can do whatever he wants to do. It's his set. Yes. But you cannot be so frustrated and mad at other people, that derangement system again, because they don't quite understand what the message was actually trying to convey, what the message was trying to do to come across. Everybody didn't get it, and that's okay. I think at some point we have to be okay with understanding that not everybody thinks like you, not everybody comprehends like you, not everybody sees things your way. But the problem is y'all want everybody to do what you want them to do. You want everybody to see how you see things. You want everybody to be on your common ground. You want everybody like, that was the best halftime ever. And if they don't say that it was the best halftime ever, you chewing them down, you beating them up, you ripping their throats out. Like they can't have opinions, but you got an opinion. Right? So, whatever. I'm just saying it drives me nuts because it's very one-sided. And it's been very one-sided for a very long time. And I'm objective and I'm subjective. And you can blame my degree for that. You can blame Dr. Place and all my wonderful teachers in college who actually taught me to think outside the box. Who actually taught me how to be subjective and objective. Who actually taught me how to research before I opened my mouth to say anything, before I presented anything, how to research to figure it out. How you can, I think my mom and my parents growing up, how I had to think and have common sense. My grandmother always used to tell me, like, you can have street smarts, you can have book smarts, but you probably need to have both. Common sense is not so common, okay? And okay, I'm gonna move on because I've probably been talking about this a little too long anyway. Okay. Yeah. And before I go on a little break here, another thing that I kept saying too was, does this end the debates of who was the greatest? Shut your mouth. You are talking about a 3-time Super Bowl winner, champion, written, etched his name in history already. There is nothing to There's nothing to debate about. Jalen Hurts just got his first one. He's also great. They're both great. Why does one have to be less than the other? Why does one have to not be as great as oh, he beat him, so he's better? What are we talking about? You can't really you can't really debate the greatness of a 3-time Super Bowl champion. But I'm gonna let you think on that and ponder on that as we go to our commercial break, thanking the Ozell brand, because it's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. So
it's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle.
you heard it, not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. Get into it. Get into it. Now, getting back into the show. Now, we are going to talk about what's next. What comes after the Super Bowl? What comes after all these things? Like this is NFL heavy this time, but usually my shows are actually more college heavy. So next is the scouting combine. The combine is happening in Indy from February 27th to March the 2nd. It's the combine. And there are 329 prospects from across the world that are getting to go. I think Georgia has like 15 athletes going. So but are we surprised there? We're not really surprised. And really at the combine, as you see, like last year, Mr. Xavier Worthy showed up and showed out. He became a star. He became a well-known name who is now a receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. And although he's not a Super Bowl champion yet, he was on the Super Bowl attending team as a rookie. Not many can say that. But it helps with the mock drafts that are going to be coming out. It helps with the projections for the draft. It lets you see who's going to show up in their very, special way. Sometimes if you are a quarterback like Jalen Milroe, this is perfect for him to go there and to really shine, to really show his true potential, because a lot of people are saying he shouldn't be a quarterback. So this is his time to go there to be like, yes, I can be a quarterback. I can do this and get it done. Travis Hunter is going. He is registered as a cornerback. Again, we don't really know what they're going to do here and there with Travis, but I do think that he was going to go one or the other anyway, and probably a little bit better as a cornerback. So I get it. Shador was invited, obviously. So you have a lot of just all of our top prospects usually go to the combine. Whether they participate or not is really up to question as we follow it through. But you get to see a lot of these athletes who are hoping to get their name called on draft day. They're hoping that they can stand out to some scouts. They're hoping that they can really up their ante at the combine. And I feel like those little underdogs that be brewing in there, sometimes they prepare themselves really, really well, and then they show up and show out at this combine. And then on NFL draft day, something happens for them. Something's a little bit more magical, and it happens for them. So again, the combine is just a thing. Yeah, whatever. Moving on to the NFL Honors Awards and to the NFL MVP, Mr. Josh Allen himself. I know some people hate this. I know some people love this. I know people say he didn't deserve it. You guys have to understand what is an MVP? Okay, what is MVP? Obviously, outside of the most valuable player. Okay. So if we look at, because people say, oh, Lamar Jackson should have won the three-peat. Well, obviously the NFL has an issue with three-peats around this mug. Okay. Obviously. But outside of that, to me, the most valuable player on the Baltimore Ravens would have probably been Derrick Henry. My opinion, right? Because I felt like Lamar had a great asset team around him. You take Lamar out, that team still could have won games, right? For Buffalo, though, Josh Allen was that valuable player there. You take him out, and it was baby. Okay. So when it comes to value, we have to think about value. Some people are yelling about stats. Well, didn't last year, did you guys say stats didn't matter when Lamar won? You said stats don't matter. But now that it's not your favorite, stats matter. You see what I'm saying? We gotta pick a side. We gotta pick a side. We can't say one thing doesn't matter, and then when they continue to do the thing that you said it don't matter, now you're yelling that it matters. Come on. That's like college football. You can't say strength of schedule matters. And then when you have a team that you really like and adore, oh, because they're so deserving, you then say, oh, well, strength of schedule doesn't matter. Y'all got to figure it out. Y'all got to figure it out because it's getting real confusing. It's getting real confusing. Okay? Pick a lane and stay in. I know a lot of y'all don't know how to drive. I don't know how you got a driver's license, but maybe you need to pick a lane and stay too, because right now it's getting a little, okay? I think that he deserved it. And I'm not changing my opinion for that. You can hate me if you want to, say the hateful things. I really don't care. But I think that when it comes to value on your team, when it comes to value in the NFL, when it comes to those things of value, I do believe that he was valuable. He's a viable asset to his team. Period. Okay? Moving on. NFL draft. Show is going to be ending right after this, okay? Because I really wasn't gonna make it a long show today. Because again, I should have made it a longer show, probably because y'all not gonna see me till April. But I wasn't thinking about that. I just want to get in, get out, get in, get out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, NFL draft. It's in Green Bay. This year, y'all. And next year's gonna be in Pittsburgh. Y'all know where I'll be next year. Rather if I'm attending just as a person or not, I'm gonna be across those yellow bridges. Okay. But it's in Green Bay this year. Is this still super cold? Is it gonna be super cold in April? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. Yeah, I know that they've already announced like Shador and Travis Hunter are not going to be in attendance. I feel like that's going to drop attendance a little bit. I mean, like ratings, because this is how I see it. If Dion was to get one of these streaming companies or somebody and say that he's going to stream the draft from inside his house, or maybe their football facility, and they're gonna have a big old like draft party and things like that, I guarantee that the eyes are going to be there. I guarantee the eyes are going to be there. People are going to be there. Okay? Because another one that people have derangement syndrome about, Deion Sanders is one of those people where people are going to watch whether they love him or hate him because they just want to see what he does next. What does he say next? What is he going to wear next? People are so up in ante and super anxious over it. So I feel like if he was in one of these streaming companies and said that they're going to host like the draft party for him, not for him, for Shador and Travis Hunter, and they media coverage and things like that, and it's in Green Bay out of all places, like no tea, no shade, okay? I have never been, so no tea, no shade. Don't eat me up in the comments, okay? But I'm just saying, I'm more likely to watch the one that Deion Sanders does, my opinion. Okay, everything that I say is opinionated. Everything I say is alleged. Gotta throw that out there. But I do think that the ratings are going to be a little bit lower if Deion is to do something. I think we're waiting on it. We're waiting on them tickets to drop. It's still have a concert. All them celebrities that just roll them through them games. It's still have a concert. It's gonna be like homecoming, baby. I need to know. When is the draft? The draft is in April. It's in April. I didn't even write the date down. Let me look. I want to make sure I'm doing it properly. But I think it's April like 24th, 5th, something like that. NFL draft. It's crazy because I looked at it and I just like did it away. Yeah, I was right. It's the 24th through the 26th. So April 24th through the 26th. I would say I want to go, but I don't know how cold it's going to be in Green Bay. I don't know if it's going to be as fun. Like Detroit, they looked lit out there. They looked like they was having fun regardless. They was just happy to have it there. Like they look like they was having a real good time. I don't know how Green Bay gets down. Y'all got to let me know. Does Green Bay get down? Is it worth me getting a flight ticket to go to Green Bay? I will only go to the one day. I wouldn't go the other ones don't matter. The first day is the best day. Obviously, everybody knows that. So, is it worth going? Green Bay folks, do y'all party? Do y'all pack the cheese for real? Okay, I need to know, what is the weather going to look like? Is it going to be cold out there? Y'all cold is a little different. So I need to know these details. I also need to know if head coach Deion Sanders is doing something over there in Colorado. I need to know because I need to know where I'm getting my flight to. I need to know who is going to get my presence of some kind anyway, even if it's not in a media related way. I want to be there. So y'all need to let me know. Let me know. Y'all know the order for the draft is going to go Titans, Browns, Giants, Patriots, Jaguars. And I have a feeling that one of these 5 teams next year is going to make it at least maybe they can make it to the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe they can have a Jaden Daniels type of situation and make it to the playoffs. But yeah, guys, that's it for the show. That's it for the show. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We're gonna wrap it up. Okay. I do just want to say, obviously, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for the continued support. Please, 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 please like, share, follow, and subscribe on all social media platforms at PG Love Sports. Please send me any encouraging words that you have, any topics that you want to see me talk about in the next coming season, any things. Because at this point, I have to ask y'all, what do y'all want to see? So tell me. Send me a DM. My DMs are always open. Don't be rude in these comments because I'm going to have to start blocking some of y'all because y'all feel like I can't have my opinion, but you can have yours. I don't like that. Yeah. So I will see you guys in April. Please rest up. Please keep your eyes open for what's happening in the NFL and college football space. And I can't wait to come back to you all with fresh ideas, fresh motivation, super duper excitement. And in all things, we just remember to always put God first. Okay? Peace, love. See y'all next season. Bye.